Classy place. A slideshow. All right. How you guys doing? Woo! Yeah. You just decided to come out and hate shit. That's fun. That's right. You guys be dead in a week. Guys, this is fantastic. We're all here tonight. It's fun. I didn't mean to do that. It's hard. It's hard at the beginning of a show. Think about what did every comic do tonight? Think, keep it going for the other guy. You don't know what to do. Icebreakers are hard. You know what I mean? It's tough. When you guys met, you just looked at her and said, "Nice tips." It's a good move. It's a quality thing. You don't know what to say to people. It's hard. Icebreakers are hard. So you just start talking. I pick on you because, you know, you're melting and you're old and who cares? And it's fun. It's at the Last Supper table. It's a fun table. It's fine. It's good. And you guys are, how can we do that? They can't hear me. Like, it's fun. The only people who are good at icebreakers are homeless people. They're incredible. No matter what the situation, rain, they're like mailmen out there. Rain, sleet, they have something to say all the time. The other day I was walking down the street. This guy walks in and goes, "Hey man, what's the best nation in the world?" I was like, "What?" He was like, "Donation, give me down, motherfucker." That's quality writing. That's good stuff. I was doing a show one time, it was like with good people, and not like you guys. And I like to talk to people a lot. I see couples, and I like to ask them how they met, because if I ask you guys how you met, you're like, "Well, I don't remember. I was happy once, and now I'm with this jerk. He's dressed like Bradley's is still open. That's a sweet outfit. That's a good time for you. You gotta be happy that's the clothes he puts on now, because when he used to try to impress you, and that was a good time." And it's hard. You ask people, you don't know what to say. And one time I was doing a show, and I looked over the corner, and I went to ask this couple, you know, how they met. And I looked over, I couldn't even tell which one was the male or the female in the scenario. It was like two festering hills have eyes things just sitting there. And I went over, I said, "How'd you meet?" And then the female one goes, "In the woods." I was like, "What?" She goes, "Go on." I'm like, my mind won't fucking allow me to go on. She was like, "Well, I was camping, he was camping." You were camping, he was lurking. There's a difference. So I'm so happy you guys came out for possibly your last night. To be here, that's a good time, that's fun. Are you guys all married, or is this just like the creepiest swinger group? I see 6 people. And I know how couples get. Like, I see a young couple there, they're in love. And they're sitting there, they're close, and they're tight, and they have that thing in their eyes called hope. And if you've met your future, it's right there. Not that they're sad that you'll turn white. That's the part that you can get you. About 80, you're just white now. That's what it is. You guys are going to go home and have sex with each other. And just going to go home, each their own separate Tempur-Pedics, just laying there watching Matlock. This is tough. It's tough being, you know, married for that long. You don't even know where your children are. Because they have children, their children have. You guys have been responsible for like so much in this world, like so many people, because you're so. And that's good. That's good that you're that old. Because it makes us feel young. And you know, all the problems you have in life, you know what I mean? Like, not the issues like, you know, all the diabetes and the higher organs are melting and all those things. It's the fact that doctors have said, who cares? As long as we make that guy's penis not sad with a blue pill. That's all. That's how doctors work. They're like, we can save him. He won't lose his foot. Who cares? He needs a boner. He's 90. We need to see the cast of Cocoon 2 have an orgy. That's what we need tonight. Well, as you guys can tell by the way I talk to people that I'm divorced. I really have a clue how to speak to people. I look mad at you because you're somewhat happy. I think when you, sir, just have gas. But you're somewhat happy. It's not a big deal that I'm divorced. It's weird how I found out. I actually found out my marriage was over on Facebook. That's when I found out it was over. The day we decided to get separated, that day, my ex-wife went on Facebook and changed their status to single. You got pissed off when I liked it. They don't have a middle finger button they know what to do. You know what I mean? It's just tough. And you have to go out and you're divorced, and then you have to start dating, and care. Remember caring, sir? Why would you hit that man? He has sex with you and pretends like he still likes it. Like, why would you hit that man? You guys can't be excited on each other's parts anymore. There's no excitement. You're not, he doesn't think you're hot when you're doing it. He just goes, oh, things move. That's all he notices. Your whole thing's feng shui. It's not good. Call me. It's tough. You have to start caring and doing things. And I started working out. And in a year, I lost about 50 pounds. And I can't run to a gym. I can't do that in a gym. Round of applause, women here, if you belong to a gym. I've seen you guys. There's less. But the problem with gyms now, I don't know if you guys know, the gym is this place now they have where you don't have to like lift rocks and run. They can actually go places. Your diet plans were just like eat meat and not die, and that was it. Now some idiot tells you if you just like hold a dumbbell between your legs and eat bacon, you're good. It's a whole different thing now. I can't go to a gym. I can't go because you women are there, and women nowadays in gyms dress super hot at the gym. You're sexy. Those yoga pants and stop it. When I was a kid, women weren't hot at the gym. Women looked like Muppets. They had all crazy colors on. They had like that flash dance thing going on their shoulder. They looked like a little stupid piñata, and it was fine. Nobody wants to fuck a piñata. You're good. You can focus on things. Now you women go there on the treadmill with your yoga pants, your camel hoof swing. It's hard. It's hard to focus. Like I'm sweating, my heart's beating, but it's for the wrong reason. You know what I mean? I'm holding a smoothie, I have a boner. It's weird. It's just weird. I like to go to a football field. I like to go to the bleachers, the football field, and I like to run the bleachers. That's what I like to do. And I usually do it like in the mornings, and like on the Sundays, there's usually like little Pop Warner football games going on. So these little short fat dads are watching their shorter, fatter kids watch a sport and shouting at them. They smoke cigarettes with encouragement. It's fun. And I was running the bleachers one day, and as I ran up a bleacher and ran down, two of the dads had walked away from the field, and they're watching me. And as I run down, one of the dads looks up at me and goes, "Keep it up, man. Proud of you." That's nice, I guess. It's a little fucking weird. I'm like, all right, that's cool, whatever. I run down, I run back up. As I run down again, they've called over two of their dads. There's four of them now. Now they're shouting out encouragement. "So proud of you, man. Keep it going. You can do this." Were they filming The Biggest Loser? What the fuck is happening? Every time I'd run down and run back up and run down, they would multiply. There was 15 of them at one point. By the fifth set of bleachers, there was literally a whole group. One guy had a camera out. They had made a banner at this point. One guy was visibly crying. I'm like, what is happening? And then I looked down at myself. And I was wearing a Special Olympics t-shirt. Yeah. I whip with it. I just got to go like, yeah! It's tough. It was, I had to get in shape, had to care, all these things. I was married for almost 10 years. I have two amazing, wonderful kids. Round of applause if you have made children with your own parts. I liked how that guy looked over there to see if they made things. Because you're like, I wonder if somewhere their whole family, all the younger ones, are at Applebee's being sad. Because that's their whole genetic pool is they go places and don't have fun. That's a good time. I'm kidding, you guys are the best 6 old pieces of shit I have ever met. And I mean that from the darkest of my heart. I mean that. I like the fact that you kept that pasty guy trapped in a corner. And that man looks like the bald eagle from the Muppet Show. He's stuck. There's nothing he can do. I like how your two wives are laughing. They're making fun of you. You guys have lunch lady haircuts. Stop it. Don't make fun of that. You guys aren't the hot ones either. It's my demographic, just miserably looking people. That's what happens. But I'm happy all of you came out to Bridgeport. I'm shocked. Bridgeport's not known for being as lily white as you guys are. You guys, when you leave, you will not have cars. That's fine. Some of you can use the walk. It's good. But as I have two amazing, wonderful children. They are 12 and 9. My daughter's name is Ashley. My son's name is Seamus. Whenever I say that, people go, "Ooh, shut up." I mean, obviously, look at me. Okay, I look like a stretched out leprechaun. Of course, my son's name is Seamus. Guys, if you need a visual aid, my name is right there. Oates. Read it real fast and push it together. I'm so Irish, my name's Potatoes. Of course my son's name is Seamus. I shit clovers. It's fine. It's fine. Well, my daughter, she's amazing. She's 12 years old. She's a genius. She's in the... You guys ever hear of Mensa? Yeah, some of you said that like you thought everyone else would know. For the first time in your lives, you felt smart. Mensa is an incredible... It's a group, if you are a genius, you have a high IQ, you pass a test, you can be in this group of people, these geniuses. It's called Mensa. My daughter, 12 years old, already passed a test. She could be in Mensa. You guys have gotten to know me for about 10 minutes or so. I obviously had nothing to do with that whatsoever. The reason why she's in there is because my ex-wife, she was in Mensa. My ex-wife is in there because both her parents, my ex-in-laws are in Mensa. My ex-mother-in-law is 400 pounds, and she's in Mensa. We call her E-Mensa. Or fat fuck, but a lot of times, her face, E-Mensa. My daughter, she's brilliant, and here's the problem. I have a daughter who's 12 years old. She's getting to the age where she's smart enough to, she's almost like a teenager, like 15, 16 years old. My daughter is half genius and half this. So if you think your teenage kids are a problem, I never know if she's asking me questions or just being a dick. I never know. The other day we're in the car, and we're driving the car, and a commercial came on. The commercial was about anti-bullying. That's the big thing now. Back when you guys, millions of years ago, you guys were in school, and you would go there and you would just club a person and steal that woman, because that's what you did. People didn't have cameras, they couldn't be on World Star Hip Hop, and now you're okay. It wasn't going to go viral, you just punched people and it was okay, it was fine. You can't do that now. So the commercial comes on for anti-bullying, and they go through the whole thing, they're explaining, they said one of the reasons for bullying is stereotypes. They said stereotypes is one of the reasons why. So after the whole thing is over, my daughter goes, "Hey Dad, I got a question. I get the gist of the commercial." I looked at her and I said, "Ooh, I don't know what that word means. Is that what I used to make you?" She said, "No, save your money for therapy, asshole." And I was like, she's like, "I get the idea. I get the idea of the commercial, but I'm not 100% sure what a stereotype is. Can you give me an example?" Now listen guys, I joke with you, I say some things, that's fine, we're on stage, we're having a good time. I did not want to be a jerk, and by accident, by trying to be funny, turn my daughter into a Klans member. I wanted to think of a stereotype that was safe and okay. That's what I wanted to do. So I was like, what can I do? What can I do? I went, ooh, white people can't dance. Sorry? You've been to weddings. We can't. You know we can't. You probably can't, but you can't compare to us. Here you're like Black Kevin Bacon. It'd be amazing. You would take over the whole town. We can't do it. I thought it was okay. I thought it was safe. I said that, but that's fine. White people can't dance. She looks at me and goes, "Dad, that makes no sense. Because Michael Jackson was a fantastic dancer." And I thought she was being a dick. I really did. But then I had to think about it. I'm like, oh wow, she's only 12 years old. She's only known him as white. You want the weirdest parenting moment in your life? Do it. I had to go with my daughter and Google the evolution of Michael Jackson from young black boy to Voldemort. It was fucked up. My son, Seamus. No Mensa. Seamus. 100% this. It's all it is. He's the best kid in the world. He's amazing. He's a wonderful, best little boy in the world. He at 9 years old, he still has a little bit of a speech impediment. Everything he laughs at is just like a joke full of waste. That's it. He just loves it. He's like if Beavis and Butthead had a baby and it spoke like Elmer Fudd. It's amazing. He's the best. I love it. His favorite thing to do in the world is at weekends we go to Dick's Sporting Goods. He goes to the ball section. He just yells out, "I'm playing with balls and dicks!" He just runs around all the time. He loves the fact I do comedy. He's so excited about it all the time. He's always asking me where I perform. And he judges my comedy career not based on who I'm working with or things like that. He bases it on if the name of the comedy club makes a kid like that laugh. So the Bijou Theater, it doesn't make sense. He doesn't know what that means. Nobody knows what that means. He doesn't know that. I've done shows like places like the Elbow Room, he chuckles. Funny Bone, he laughs. His favorite one I've ever done is a military show in New Jersey, Fort Dix. You guys are kind of laughing at him. That was comedy gold. He just lost you. Like, he just looks at me and goes, "Where are you going next? Fort Gigina?" He started playing Little League Baseball this year. Round of applause if your kids ever played sports. Most of you just bad parents. That's fine. Don't complain about things your kids just trapped inside. You guys are here, you're going to know your kids are. They're just in front of the TV, because that's safe now. My son started playing baseball, and it's a hard thing at the beginning because you go watch these games, and everybody's just shouting things at your kid, and your kid's supposed to be looking to the coach, and they're yelling all this weird stuff, and the kids don't know what to do. Baseball's a hard sport, it's tough. When you first start out, you're asked to do his coordination, all these things. In the first game, first practice ever, the coach is there, he's a real good guy, and he's trying to get the kids to hit the ball. One little kid comes up, his name's Timmy. Timmy gets the bat, and the plate's here, he's facing the wrong fucking way. And they're yelling at, everybody's just yelling things like, stick your ass out, put your shoulders up, This kid's just moving around, he just has to pee, he doesn't know what's going on. And he's Irish and he's 9, he doesn't have an ass, he has a kneecap, he doesn't know what to do, he's just moving. And they finally line him up right, and he gets up there, and the coach throws a slow little pitch, and the kid just goes. So we're all like, oh, and he tries it again. And he misses like 5 times. And I didn't mean to, I just out loud went, "Ah, that kid's a bitch." Right when I said that, I look over at his dad, his dad's like, "Keep it going, Timmy!" I'm like, "Oh, that's fine. I'll tell your dad's a bitch, that's fine." We're sitting there and watching it, and finally the coach, something clicks into it, and he just goes, Hey, Tim, you have a sister? I said, "Yeah, I got a sister." "Does she make you mad sometimes, Tim?" I said, "Yeah, sometimes she makes me mad." I said, "All right, why don't you pretend it's baseball? It's your sister." He threw that ball, and his inner Barry Bonds just kicked in. And he hit that ball like that ball was like, and that ball was Tina. And he just slapped the shit out of it. For younger people, Chris Brown, Rihanna, same shit. He hit that ball so hard, it just, boom, it left. And the coach is just like, "I got it, I'm in." Every time a kid came up, "You got a sister?" "Yeah, I got a sister." Pow! "You got a sister?" "Yeah, twin sisters." Bang, bang, didn't even matter. Here comes Seamus. I am sitting in the bleachers with my daughter next to me. This is going to be fucking a weird ride home. And it's weird because they're really close. They're good friends. So it's like, I don't know what's going to happen here. But, I'm not going to say anything. Let it happen. He goes up. He's missing a couple times. The coach goes, "Seamus, you got a sister?" He goes, "Yeah, I got a sister. But I love my sister. But I really fucking hate my Nana." "Hey, Dad, can I hit the fuck out of Nana?" "Hit the fuck out of there, son!" Pow! Hit the fuck out of there! So you're confused, the word Nana is German, loosely translated to woman who gave birth to a woman who took all my mother. Like my daughter, she's amazing. Like I said, she's amazing. She supports him, does a lot of stuff. She's a genius. She's fantastic. She's wonderful. And she's so sharing and giving. The two of them will tell me anything. And that's what I love about our relationship. They'll talk to me about anything. And it's because of the way I think that I parent them. I have this rule. I let my kids swear in front of me. A lot of you are like, "Oh, you shouldn't do that." Well, here's why I do it. It's very logical. I say to my kids, if you feel like you can say whatever you want to me. At 5 years old, they hear a swear word, they want to say it to me. At 8 or 9, when there's a bully going on or bad things are happening, they're going to feel like they can talk to me. Because there's no wall there. They're fine. They're safe. And every year they'll feel like they can talk to me and say whatever they want. And they feel safe and good. And then when they're teenagers, it's just so much easier to ask them for weed. I'm not an idiot. I don't have to go buy from their friends. That's creepy. I just get right from the source. Now, my daughter, she's in 7th grade now, and in 5th grade, her school introduced everyone to the video. You guys know what I mean when I say the video? The sexual video. Not the sexual. That'd be weird at school. The sex video. Video where they teach the kids about the birds and the bees. Now, a lot of older people. No, but truly get upset at that because they're like, that should not be in the schools, you shouldn't do that. But you're forgetting that one awkward moment where you had to do it. And you'd rather have that, that buffer. If they tell them at schools, and then they come home and ask you, now it's easier. Because it's harder. Like, you put your arm around them, and you're wondering if they like the same porn you do. You don't know what to talk to them about. Like, here's my history. You like this shit? I don't know. Korean groping on a bus. That's what I like. Anyway, look it up. I can't wait till the Google check goes huge. It's just one of those things where I didn't mind it. I didn't care at all. She came home, and in 5th grade, here's what they did. In 5th grade, the girls watched the girls' video, and the boys watched the boys' video. Now, the boys' video must be like 2 minutes long. It's just them laughing, pointing at boners, and it's hard now. That's it. What's it gonna be? Is that we don't have a real purpose in life. We're just there. My daughter comes home and learns that she's responsible for everybody being here now. It blew her freaking mind. It was the worst. And then in 6th grade, they switch it up. The boys watch the girls' video, and the girls watch the boys' video. Now, once again, the boys think it must be like a Beavis and Butthead convention. You just point, and then you find out who the gay kid's like, ew, that's gross. And you find out right away who he is. And then my daughter comes home and says, you watched the boys' video. This is a weird moment, because I want her to say, hey, somebody saw a penis, and it's like every other one I've ever seen. You don't want to hear that, you know what I mean? People are progressing now, you don't want to hear that stuff at all. So I was like, she comes over, she goes, it was just so odd the way they did the video. She goes, it's not a big deal, I understand, but I'm not sure I learned it, but they had a character narrating the whole video, a cartoon character, and his name was Peter the Penis. Some of you are laughing, and most of you are just getting a visual in your head of what you... Now, I want the rest of you all now take a second and get a visual in your head of what you think cartoon Peter the Penis looks like. Because I got one right the fuck away. So once you said that, I go, well, that must have been crazy, like with the pee hole talking and the eyes on top. She's like, how did you make it creepier than it already was? How did you do that? It's like, no, it looks like a mushroom and dance. What the fuck? I can't watch emo anymore. What'd you do to me? But they're great. They're wonderful. My son just started 4th grade, and first, he didn't hate school. All kids kind of say that, like whatever. Where is school? He hates school. He calls it tiny prison. Which is funny how he knows about prison. It's a separate life. But he's in tiny, it's the worst. And in 4th grade, he says to me, he goes, first day, I go, how's school? How's the first day of 4th grade? He goes, change stuff up. What do you mean? He goes, we used to have a recess, then lunch. Now we have lunch, then recess. Is that really that big of a deal? He's like, well, not for me, but the fat kids fucking hate it. Gotta support the fat kids. But it's great, it's what's wonderful. I forget that before I had kids, that life would be thing. And I was in college and I drank and all these things I did. Do you remember life before being with this woman? In fact, you had to look and see if it's okay to speak. What happened? What happened, sir? Look at you. You could have almost been something. What happened? How magical is her vagina that you have to just shut the fuck up by looking at this woman and just going, can I speak out loud in public? What the fuck, lady? What is that about? Why can't he doesn't even know what to do. you cheat on her at least, sir? Come on. It's comedy. No one ever believes you. It's fine. Just say it. You don't ever cheat on her with younger people and just choke them pretending it's her. You don't ever do fun things like that. That's not what you do. How long have you been married?
A while.
Yeah. Well, then you guys laugh, but that was the saddest thing I've ever heard in my life. A while. It's your life, dude. Care for a minute. What's a while? How long's a while?
27 years.
This sounds like a prison sentence. That's not fun. Why would you clap? You're alone. Why are you clapping? You're clapping because there's no man with you. You're like 27 years. I can fuck that guy tomorrow. Ruin his wife. Here. Clapping for that. He didn't do anything. We always, I've been here 50 years. Yeah, you didn't do shit for 50 years. Congratulations. Way to just give up. You're not happy. If you were happy, you wouldn't have gotten a car, driven here, not talked to each other, come here, sat down, so some stranger could say things to you. You have something to talk about for one moment in your fucking miserable lives. Both gonna go home and both look at other young women here and secretly jerk off to both of them. It doesn't matter. Just sad. You're both feeling like we're so sad. You were jealous. You're not at that lunch table. You're like keeping me with the cool kids. Just the whole back and forth of just old sagging balls and broken dreams just dancing over the whole thing. I mean, not that you guys are treats here in the middle, but whatever. You're all sitting there and you think you're having fun. I think this guy died about 5 minutes ago. That's fun. Like your tight jeans, sir. I can see you're gifted. That's fun. It's a good time when you have a big dick. That is good. It's good for you. It's just different. It's just different. Like I was married. I thought I was doing what I was supposed to do. And I said, oh, I tried condom. She goes, oh, you're gonna have fun? You have to go. How dare you enjoy yourself? Like this is your big night. You're not gonna have another big night again. Ever. Ever. What's your big thing? Like when people you don't know come over, like that fake friend you now have because she has a friend and that friend's married to another piece of shit and they brings him over and you guys pretend like you're friends. You fucking hate that guy. And that guy fucking hates you. You hate each other. The only thing you guys have in common is you both want to not fuck your wives. That's what you have in common. He's laughing very hard. So your car ride home is going to be such crazy shit. You're a dummy. You're just a dummy for even laughing at this. Why are you being so dumb? You should be yelling. I'm saying horrific things about life. I don't know you. I'm just some man just yelling at you and your dumb wife on your stupid dreams, sitting there alone. You want to be in Bridgeport at a table like that with a gross stripper down the road dancing all over you. Look at that. Did you see him begrudgingly fight it off? Not in public. We did that 50 years ago at that horrible party I'm still paying for. But the great thing is because of this, you guys are gonna fuck tonight. I am the sex whisperer. Shit is going down. You guys just want them fucking. That's the best. Now you guys, you're like, nah. This guy does not say nice things. Maybe you should Google shit before you come out sometimes. He's no Bob Newhart. No, not fucking Bob Newhart. He's talented, would never be here. Piece of shit judging me. You came here. All of you came. Shame on all of you. Coming here, supporting this. Telling me I'm okay for just yelling at people because I can't afford health care and I can't get therapy. So I just stand here and yell at you. Somebody will give me one joint after the show, everything's gonna be okay. I know. Sit here and fucking be sad. Look at all of you and go, even though I think you're all sad, horrible, ugly, just brutal fucking life forms that shouldn't be here. I'm still jealous of all of you. Because you all have friends. I'll just leave alone. Because you almost felt bad for me. Why don't you take me to fuck home? Why don't you adopt me? You're not gonna help me on TV with the song playing. Fucking help me. I can do shit. I can cook like a boss. I don't know what that means, but I watched a rap video once. I can do shit. Which one do you fuck? Who's your side bitch? Yeah, Denim, what's up? You guys have sex together? Yeah. Are you guys all sitting next to your partners? You, Phil Donahue, doing your thing? That's cool. Because usually when people get that old, they don't even sit near the person that they have to be with. Like, they have not been that close in years. They're mad they didn't get a big table or movie seats or whatever the fuck this weird menagerie of seating is going on here. I don't know what happens. Are these the cheap seats? Is this... Why are you guys all for? Why wouldn't they just put you... Because that's fun. Anyway. You can't be happy. That's the key. How many of you know this? This actually isn't even a comedy festival. It's not even me filming anything. This is an intervention from all your friends. They want you to break up. They both know you're sad. They like to see you happy. She's taking her ring off. We're laughing, but she did it with such ease, like it's not the first time. That lady gives out blowjobs to many people. Not even like kind of like, not that once he gets down with that begrudging, just kind of look him in the eyes and sadly. So you guzzle, like you could be in a circus. Oh, is this what bothers you? And I'm trying to make sure he doesn't only get laid, but he gets a little licking on the ball. I'm helping. 20 of you will have children from tonight. You will name it potatoes, and it will be fine. Thank you for playing along. I know it really wasn't fun for you, but I personally don't care. I need to yell at people who look like they have a good life. Because you probably have a job. You have a job? You both have a job? Doesn't happen anymore. Do you have a job? I don't have a job. It's my job. I'm doing this for child support. What do you guys do for jobs? That's some bullshit. You're a teacher. You're just something with numbers. What do you do? Don't you dare do it? What are you like? You a spy? What are you like? Are you like Liam Neeson? Every year someone gets kidnapped, I fucking bring them back. That's what I do. You ever see those things on the side of milk? I fucking read those and I do my thing. You're a judge? You've been very judgmental tonight. That's not even fun for him. He's in bed, takes his pants off. Nope. It is not a hung jury. No. No. I object to you putting it in my ass. I object. You're a judge, and he was like a shady banker. Can I make it like a porn scenario? Can I make this happen? What do you do, sir? You don't do shit, do you? She's a judge, and you're just like this silver fox who fucking just lives at home. Oh, you're Mr. Mom, dude! That's the best! You're man candy! You just sit at home, wearing a thong, waiting for her to come over to her little room. Swinging the gavel, just saying, yeah! Here come the judge, and pow! No, I thank you guys we played along. You guys, I don't know if you remember, but at one point you played along. And I joke with the older people because you're the ones I relate to. I don't relate to anything made that's under 25 years old. If you are in the audience right now, and you are under 25 years old, I have a message to you, and them, and them. A scream like that means you're 27, so shut the fuck up. But dick show more than a girl next to him. Stop it. You're better than that. And I hate it. It's not your fault. But anyone under 25 just doesn't get it. They don't get life because their parents love them. That's it. It's no other. Your parents love. And I know you're like, no, my parents love. They did, but it was a different love. You learned more than you got loved. You know what I mean? You weren't coddled. You weren't like hidden away from everything. Like, sir, when you were hatched, and you learned how to shit on your own. That was it. They're like, now you can learn everything else on your own, and once in a while, for no reason, dad hits you. That's it. And it's a good time. These kids nowadays, they don't have to do anything. They have to do nothing. In the summer, they don't have to they have their jobs, nothing. They just stay at home, they don't have school, and then they play video games with headsets on, and they battle Korea until like 2 in the morning. They don't care. They don't even do it. Like, when I was a kid, when you were a kid, there was a place they used to have for kids. They don't have it anymore. It was called Outside. You guys remember Outside? Outside was the shit. It was the best. The only time you're a fat kid ever goes outside now is when the pizza guy misses the house. He's like, pepperoni, pepperoni. Oh, when I was a kid, my parents were divorced. My mom couldn't afford camp or a babysitter or anything like that. She couldn't do that stuff. She would wake herself up at 6:30 in the morning, get herself dressed, eat breakfast, then wake up me, my brother, and my sister, get us dressed, feed us breakfast, open the door, and say, hey kids, fucking go. But you just went. You weren't alone. There was 30 of you Frodo searching for the ring. You know what I mean? Like little tiny Vikings just pillaging the land. It was like Survivor and Lord of the Flies. There's no rules. No rules. There was no one there to help you. If it rained, there'd be a woman like you in her window just watching children get wet. I'm not coming to my house. I don't have plastic on the couch. Like, that's what you would do. There'd be no lunchtime. You'd pillage, you'd find things. Like one mom might leave out sandwiches in the sun. You didn't know it was supposed to be a panini or not, but even how it was, you ate it. If you fell off your bike and cracked your head open, there was no one to help. You just took duct tape or big league shoes, slapped it on, and then fucking go. It was time to go home. Did you have a cell phone or a watch? No, your parents gave you a saying. Street lights on, get the fuck in. Or they would yell your name, or whistle, or caw, do some shit. When you heard that shit, you dropped that bat, you threw that ball, you said, Ghost run on third, see you tomorrow, and you ran the fuck home. Nowadays, it can't. Nowadays, your kid wants to go outside. They have to wear a suit of armor with a bubble around it. So they might go outside and wind might hit them and might get lupus. You know what I mean? Go to a mall, right now. Go to a mall, ladies and gentlemen. There are children on leashes. Right the fuck now. It might say Hello Kitty. It's still a leash. While your kids are in therapy when they're 8 years old because they're shitting their pants on a leash next to a dog who shits freely. Like I said, when I was a kid, my parents were divorced. My dad used to pick us up every weekend because we weren't Latino and we knew him. Some of you grown, but you all got it. We would fight over every weekend who could sit in the front seat. Every week we would rotate. Me and my brother said, who could sit in the front seat? A lot of young parents were like, whoa, kids in the front seat? Back when we were kids, people didn't give a shit about kids. What's the one thing we had? Forget. It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your kids are? And that was on that channel after the lotto balls pop fucking up and down. The only person that ever watched that probably stole kids. Nobody gave a shit. We would sit in the front seat, no seatbelt, no nothing. If dad hit the brakes, it was fucking this. That's all you got. Then he'd yell at you for bruising his arm with your neck. You know what I mean? We would fight over who could sit up front, who could hold that six-pack. It was fucking awesome. Oh, drinking and driving was the shit back then. Forget video games. Your dad drunk as hell driving down the fucking Merritt Parkway like it was Frogger. It's fucking amazing. My dad could drink a beer, crush on his head, throw out the window, the cop would pull him over, ask for a beer. Nobody cared. If you're up front and you got your dad mad at all, like touching the radio or messing with the windows, he'd say, get in the back. Another kid come up front. He didn't pull over. You would just jump over the bucket seat, and another kid would jump over the front. That can't happen now. Not because of the laws. It's because your kids are too fucking fat to jump over anything. Your Slimer from Ghostbusters, just floating up. Coming up there, all gooey because you made them that way because you're shitheads. And they're going there, those don't look like baseball, we're dummies. Now your kids can't even fucking move on their own. And they get in the backseat of that van you women drive. Not the van that you and I use, sir. Not that sweet-ass 18 van from a long time with a moon crescent window and the handlebar on top. And the 2 seats in the front, and the Asian rug in the back, or the mattress if you were classy. Not that fucking thing. With that metal hump over the tire that all the kids would fight to sit over, and they'd run there to sit on it, and they'd be bleeding like Ric Flair, like, woo, all over your tire. Not that one. No, that space shuttle you women drive now, where you sit up front, and your shitty kid is 5,000 rows back, because you don't want to hear him talk at all. You don't want to see the guy, you're texting the guy you're fucking on the side. And you got your little fat kid locked in. Forget no seatbelts. He's locked in like he's Buzz Aldrin. He's all fucking locked up. He's watching a big screen TV with door on so he can learn Spanish. Get the fuck out of the house earlier. And he's sitting there. You don't want his fat body to ever sweat. So he has a helmet on with 2 Capri Suns and straws to nourish his fat ass. And he even thinks about talking and saying anything like, where are we going or who's my real dad? You want to shut him up, so you feed him like you always do. But he's so fat now, he has no more muscles in his body, he can't even chew anymore. So thank goodness they invented applesauce fucking squeezers, and now you chew it, your fat little kid's like a chubby dolphin going, where did it go? What I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen, is pull out.